How's everybody doing today? This is Noah with the Life of the Zigs, and on today's video, we're going to be checking out my brand new Kioti tractor. So let's get started. So here it is, guys, my brand new Kioti CS2220 tractor with the SL2420 loader. I got this tractor delivered a few days back. So far I've used it for maybe 10 minutes, just moving a rock around. Did great doing that. But I'm brand new to the subcompact tractor world and in the tractor world in general. I've never owned a tractor. I ran tractors a little bit when I was younger, but besides for that, it's been a long time since I've used one. So this is gonna be a learning experience for me, and hopefully you'll learn something from it too. When it came to figuring out what tractor was right for me, I know there were two things that I needed. The first thing is I needed something really small because the property I have is not that big. The second thing was I wanted something that was affordable. And well, Kioti met both those requirements. In my search for tractors, I looked at John Deere's, Kubota, New Holland, Yanmar, and well, Kioti. And I found that the Kioti was the best bang for its buck. I'm not gonna go into full detail on how much each of those tractors cost and all their specs. However, as I said, the Kioti really stood out to me versus other tractors. And the other thing which persuaded me is there's a dealership about 5 minutes from my house. So that makes it real convenient if there's ever any problems with this machine, which hopefully there never will be. Now that you have a little background on this product and why I got it, let's dig into the features and specs it has. Starting off with under the hood, which is really easy to open, all you need to do is pull this little pin under here. Hear that click? It'll lift straight up. And then it'll hold itself up. Under the hood though, it comes with a 22 horsepower, 3-cylinder diesel Daedong engine. Since this engine is only 22 horsepower, there are no requirements for DEF or any emission stuff, which also made it nice in my opinion. When it comes to the battery location, it's very conveniently located right here, right in the front, so if you need to jump it, you can lift the hood and attach your connections to it. The engine's a little further back here, and as you can see, it's kind of tucked away behind the radiator. There's the air filter, your alternators right down there. You got your reservoir for your coolant. And if you come over to the side, you can get a little side profile of the engine. Very compact engine for a very compact tractor. If you come over to the other side, here's another side view of the engine. You have some relays and fuses over here. One thing definitely take note of is the fuse box here in case any lights or anything goes out. Then whenever you're done doing whatever you need to do under the engine, all you need to do is shut it. When it came to choosing tires, I chose to go with the R14s. These are a hybrid tire in between an industrial tire and an agriculture tire. And the dealer said that this is what most people go with, so I decided to go with them. Walking around the tractor now, we're gonna take a look at some of the features and controls. Over here on the right side of it, you have the gas cap to fill up. It has a 6.3 gallon fuel tank to hold all that diesel fuel. Over here, this is a 20 series model, so the control for the front loader is located on the side and not up front, which is a feature I liked about it. It has your neutral up and down for your 3-point hitch, which is a category 1 hitch. You have your hydrostatic transmission selector, so it's in neutral and it needs to stay in neutral when you turn it on. And you have high and low range. Right here is your lock for your joystick, so if you block that out, this will not move at all. This is a nice safety feature to have if you have anyone up in your bucket, or if you just have a big load in your bucket and don't want it to move and bump it. To unlock it, all you need to do is push it in and it'll move. Going further down the tractor, you have your hydrostatic transmission pedals. You have front and reverse. The nice thing about these pedals is there's two separate ones. It's not a trundle pedal, which in my mind, I like a lot more. Coming over to the loader here, you have a quick detach loader, which is right here. You pull this out and up and it'll detach. However, before you do that, you need to make sure you set both stands down, which are right here. Pull the pin out, flip them down, put the pin back in, and it'll come right off. Once those stands are down and this is open, you're gonna have to raise the loader up a hair to come off, and then disconnect your hoses and the loader will be off. When it comes to this front loader, the width of it is 48 inches or slightly over 4 foot. The height is roughly 22 inches And the depth from the back to the front is roughly 18 and a half inches. This is not the biggest loader on the market, however, where this comes in handy and surpasses any other subcompact tractor of this size is it has 1,062 pounds of lifting capacity, which according to my research, no other subcompact tractor of this size is able to lift that much. Now, with that being said, you need to make sure you have a weight in the back so that this loader doesn't come crashing down or you flip your tractor or anything like that. This does have the skid steer quick attach, which is located right here. All you need to do is flip this up and then do the other side. You'll lower the bucket down on the ground and it'll slide right out. And to put it back on, you're gonna just follow the steps in reverse. Continuing around, we have our brake pedal right here with our parking brake located here. All you need to do to turn that on is push the brake down, lift this up, and the parking brake will be engaged. To turn it off, you'll push it in, which I'll do right here, and it'll release. Real quick to put it back on, I'll push it down, flip it up, and it's on. And as you can see, I do that with my hands, so it's not hard to do with your foot. Right here, you got a few more controls. Starting at the top, you have a cup holder back here and a phone holder right here. I do have my garage remote in here instead of a phone because I don't plan on putting a phone in here. You have a USB outlet here, a cigarette outlet right here. Right here is your mowing deck control to adjust the height. I don't have a mowing deck on it, nor do I plan to, but it is still there. Right here is the selector for your PTO. You can either just have the rear PTO engaged, you can have both PTOs engaged, or just the front PTO engaged. Right here is the cruise control. This only comes on the 2220 option or the 20 series options. All you need to do to engage it is turn it back while you're driving and it'll have the speed set. To turn it off, all you need to do is just push it back forward. Looking further down right here is your differential lock, your rear differential lock, and all you need to do to have that is to depress it. You need to be moving to use it, so I'm not gonna push it. Over here is your adjustment control for your 3-point hitch. What this does is it allows you to control the drop of the speed of your implement or how quickly it gets raised, so it's a nice feature to have. Over here is your front wheel drive lock. To engage this, all you need to do is just push it down. I will say I did engage it just one time earlier when I got the tractor delivered and it was a little hard to engage. So all I needed to do, and this is kind of what I saw online, is to make sure that you're off the brake pedal and that the truck's just rolling slightly, just very slightly, and usually it unbinds itself and you can get it out. One last thing to point out right here is the seat can move forward and backward. Looking at the seat itself here, there's a nice leather seat, has a little hole in the back if any water or anything gets in it, and it also has a seat belt. Getting on the tractor itself, one thing I did notice is these wheels are pretty much straight right now, and the Kioti symbol is totally upside down. I think it's probably just how they installed it. They may have just installed the steering wheel wrong and it should have been a total 180. Not a huge deal to me, but it could be a big deal to some. Looking right here, you have your controls for your lights. You have the horn, which is pretty loud. You have off, you have parking lights on, you have headlights on. Over here you have turn signals if you're out on the road. And located right underneath that, you have your hazard lights, which I just turned on. Which those are nice and bright right back there. And the nice thing with this tractor is this will illuminate as well as your dash will illuminate. This little lever right here adjusts the steering wheel. If I push it up, you can move the steering wheel forward, backward, and put it in the position you want. All you need to do to lock it down is pull it back. Over here you have your PTO engage, which you just turn the button, and you have your throttle adjustment. Looking at this gauge cluster here, we have a mark at the ideal RPMs you should run this tractor at. You have your temperature, your engine temperature gauge, and you have your fuel gauge. And below here you have a bunch of different symbols and warning lights that could turn on if there's an issue, and the hour meter. One big upgrade with these Kioti tractors, especially these new models, is the key is now recessed in a bit. I know there was an issue where people were swiping their leg across and breaking the key. This shouldn't be an issue anymore as it is recessed in. I just want to show you guys real quick. I'm a bigger dude. I'm 6'2", about 255 pounds, and this tractor fits me really nice. I have no issues with fitment on it, and I can get on and off of it really easy. The seat's comfy. As I said, there's adjustment right here. So if I want to slide forward, I can, or if I want to go back, I can. Personally, I like the seat all the way back because I got longer legs. The seat belt is nice. Definitely has a good locking feature mechanism. Locks down nice and tight, and I really can't get out of it, which is the point of a seat belt. Taking a look at the back here, you have your Category 1 3-point hitch. This is a standard hitch, nothing special about it. It can take any implement as long as it's meant for a Category 1 3-point hitch. Mine did come with a toolbox up here. There was nothing in it, but it's nice to have if you want to store some smaller tools for the tractor. The only downfall and flaw I've had so far is this sign right here. When I got the tractor delivered, the sign totally fell off. It's just 2 bolts. The bolts were both missing. The one bolt that was holding it fell off as well, so not a big deal. I just remounted it myself, and again, that's not really Kiot's fault. It was probably whoever installed it's fault. Talking about the Category 1 hitch, this has a lifting capacity of about 700 pounds from my understanding, so it's definitely beefy for the size of the tractor. One other thing I want to show you guys too, which I was curious about when buying it, is it does have a nice little hookup right here for a little trailer ball if you want, or if you're pulling behind a little implement such as an aerator or a dethatcher. The other thing I want to point out is this is a cover for the rear PTO. You got to make sure you unscrew it and take it off if you're going to put an implement on here, which is something I didn't know. You guys may know that, but for new people to tractors like me, it's something to remember. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a rough overview of the tractor and some features and specs that I liked about it. And just to let you guys know what it has and the capabilities it has, I'm gonna get outside right now and use it for the rest of the day and have some fun with it. And I'll make sure to make more videos about this tractor, explaining anything that goes wrong with it, the good things about it, and any upgrades I do to it, because I definitely plan to add some other things to this to make it better and work more for me. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow along for the journey of this brand new tractor. I plan to have this tractor for years to come, and I'm excited to get good use and work out of it, as well as have fun with it. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.